guys, welcome back. Got some progress done on this little 37 Chevy Convertible. I know when I left last video, it was just sanded, didn't have anything on it. I primed it, painted it, and probably should have added some of that, but I'd be coming out here in the mornings before work and trying to do a little bit at the time. So it's like I didn't have my camera and stuff like that. I'd be out here at 5:30 in the morning working on this thing before I have to go to work. But I did get the body painted and it looks really good. I've got to do the chrome work. It's a very dark green because I sprayed it over that black primer. So I painted the primer was black. I don't think the very first, I don't think the previous video had the primer on it. But anyway, primed it black. Everything turned out good. All the stuff where I molded in the rear. I mean, there's a little bit, but anyway. It's just MCW. It didn't clear it or nothing, and I'm not going to. I do have to do the chrome trim down the hood. The windshield has to be chrome. I don't know if I'm going to take that and just paint it. I don't know yet. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just stuck together. I taped off the bottom so it would still be. So I painted it all black. This is the primer. And I just taped the bottom off when I painted the green. So it turned out really nice. It's going to be a really neat little model kit. I went ahead and sanded and chromed the bumpers. I took the little locating pins out that were behind it. And the reason why, for some reason on this kit, they decided to put the locator pins where they mount on top of the bumper brackets. And they would have just stuck it out. That is not even a word. They would have stuck out like a sore thumb. So I left the divots in the bumper, but I took them off of the bumper of the locator pins. So I'll just glue the bumper on. It's easy enough to just glue it on. I will probably use, if you hit this chrome with super glue, it totally ruins it. Even, darn phone, I forgot to turn it down. But, so I'll probably use Mod Podge to mount my bumpers. I will do that quite often. I will use that to do things. It's sticky, so get it on there. I mean, it will fall off, but if you stand the model kit up, like put your bumper on, it's very forgiving and it's clear. Put it on, stand it up, and I put it in my incubator standing up. Give it about 5 or 10 minutes till that stuff gets, starts to tack up, and then you can, mount the other one. But whatever, that's how I do it. I painted the interior, taped it off, and painted the seat that leather I like to do. It makes it look like suede to me. I just think it's cool looking. I hold it way back. It's oh, what color is that? It's leather, but it's. I gotta turn that off. Sorry. Let me turn that phone down real fast. I spray that leather. It's the model. Did that turn it down? No. There. Now it's down. So I use the Model Master leather. And this is already thinned. I put a T on there if I thin it. So got a little ball bearing or something in there to shake it up. But anyway, I'll spray it and hold it way back so it will kind of dries before it gets on it, in a sense. I mean, it's still wet paint, but you're able to get that. Obviously the seat was black too, so it gave it a nice shadowing effect, but you can, farther back you hold it and you just mist it on there, it kind of gives it that leather look. I think it's cool. And I went ahead, I got the grill chromed. I don't have it on a toothpick, so I don't want to really handle it. So I went ahead and chromed the tires. So I'm going to show you something. I wanted to do this video so I could show you. The tires are already painted black. And the centers, or the steel wheel, is green, like the car color. But you're thinking, but you've sprayed chrome all over it. But this stuff right here is cool as heck. So this is that liquid mask. Let me pull this one off. And I will show you where's something pointy. Let me get another toothpick. I'll pull this off and show you. And hopefully it does right. I gotta put my magnifiers on. I can't even see that. My eyes are getting really bad. This is ridiculous. So, golly. All right, so this stuff, let me get it in frame. You paint it on, right? You can see kind of where it stops. It's kind of green colored. I took that, being it's on a toothpick, I would take that brush and just spin it and go right around the edge that I wanted to cover. Like when I did the green, I just held it right here and just masked it, painted the entire center green, and it just pulls off. So let's see if I can get this off. It's like a rubber. Oh, can't see it. See? Well, there went the dang tire. All right, let me get this off the floor. So, if you've not tried this stuff, works pretty darn good. So it just peels up. Get it started. See if I can grab it now. There it goes. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So now I've got the steel wheel painted green, and I've got, like I say, I took the brush. It's kind of thick, so you have to be careful. Just take that brush and just lay it there and you just spin the tire, and it's thick enough that it will stay right where you need it. Even if it's kind of heavy, it won't like flow into it. So look at that. Because it's all made together, that hubcap doesn't come off. I was able to paint the wheel green and the centers. Let's do one more. It's kind of satisfying too. Let's see where to get it at. When you start to hit it, you can really see the color come back when it flexes. Just kind of take a toothpick, peel it back. Green Stuff World liquid mask. Of course, I got this from Hobby Nut Models. Come on, get off of there. Not a fingernail at all to work with. I've had people in the past say, your fingernails are gross. Why would people make a comment like that, you know? Isn't that ridiculous? Uh-oh, looks like I bled through in one little spot there with the chrome, or the chrome paint must not have had a good coverage. That's fine, I can hit that with I can fix that. But anyway, yeah, look at that. Little bitty 30-second scale chromed hubcap. That's gonna look really nice once they're mounted under there. So I got that. Anyway, I will continue to work on this thing. It's going to come together pretty quick now. Like I say, I got to do a little chrome work. Got to paint the boot of the body. It shows it's white on here. So it's white, so I might take that off and paint it white. And again, as far as, oh man, I forgot to paint. Well, no, I can still paint the sun visors, the body color. I did go ahead and paint the dash body color, and I'll try to do a little detailing up in there, and the interior door panels and all that stuff. I need to detail that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool car. So I'm going to cut here, do a little bit of work, be right back. So this will be the last little segment before the final. I got the body all finished. Few interior details, got the chrome on it, got the grill in it, painted the boot, which I'm not happy with, but that's just how it's going to be. Got the seat and mounted in it, shifters and the brake handle and all that stuff's in there. So it's looking pretty good. I just had to do a bunch of whittling on the windshield to get it to fit right. I had to do a little re-chroming because I had to trim some. But this thing is going to look pretty sharp when I get the wheels on it. I don't like the white boot. I just did it like the box showed. I don't like it at all. I think I should have done it the color of the seats. I think it stands out like a sore thumb. But it's white. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Tail lights. I don't think I showed you that. Oh, I also just painted the running boards black. Got those painted. The tail lights are, I don't think I said this the last segment because it's been a day or two, but it's just a drop of the old Testors stop light red metallic. It's thick. I could add thinner to it, but I kind of like it that way. It's old. Well, you know what I mean, old. 3 or 4 years old. Take that stuff and just put a drop, and you got tail lights. They actually kind of stick out a little bit too, because it was just plastic. It was just green. So yeah, it's looking pretty neat. I'll have this thing. Oops, sorry. I'll have this thing together. The wheels and all that stuff turned out just great. The bumpers, I'll put the bumpers on very last. I'll use Mod Podge to attach those, which I used to do the bumper. I mean the grill. This is the one I use here. I bought that when I started modeling back in 2020, and I've used a bunch of it, and I still have. It's not even halfway down. That stuff's good. It's sticky. So would there's a siren outside. Hope he's not coming up here. It's sticky, so you can, like for my grill, I just take a toothpick. Actually, it was this toothpick. Just dab it in there, and then put it right around the edge where you wanna mount whatever, and it kind of just sticks. Then I'll turn it up on its end in the incubator and let it dry for a few minutes. But yeah, it's coming along good. So yeah, next segment this will be done. The headlights, had to do some whittling in the headlight buckets to get the headlight lenses to fit right, but that's all good now. So I'll get the lenses glued on there, and then I will mount the headlights to those little spots right there. So yeah, windshield, headlights, tires, bumper, and the steering wheel, which is in the incubator. The way the steering wheel, let's see if I can show you the instructions real fast. The way the steering wheel was just the steering wheel had a hole all the way through it. So the little peg that sticks up through the steering wheel to hold it in place was, number one, it was way smaller than the hole, and it was way longer, so it just stuck up through it. So I snipped the end of snipped off the end of the little peg sticking out there, and did the same thing as I do with my tail lights. I just took a drop of this stuff and put it right over the center, so it made almost like a horn button. It was red, so I put some chrome paint on it, but it's drying right now. But yeah, all right. So in just a second, you'll see this thing finished. It'll probably be tomorrow or the next day for me, but not for you, fortunately. All right. I hadn't said this in a while. Stand by. All right, guys. Well, here it is. Got her all finished up. Took a few more days than I expected. I got busy doing other things and wasn't able to get out here and build. But I got it done. And it turned out just beautiful. I still don't like the white. Honestly, my white is way whiter. It looks like maybe it should have been more of an off-white or something. Anyway, it is what it is. I did try to doctor it up a little bit with some other colors, kind of dry brushed on there. But like I say, it is what it is. I think it turned out just beautiful. I think it's a cool little car. And it is a little car. I mean, it's a little guy. Or is it a little gal? I don't know. I always hear cars called girl names, you know what I mean? Or, come on, girl. You know, come on, girl, you can make it to the gas station or whatever. But I don't know if it's a girl or a gal. I guess since it's a convertible, it might be a gal. Looks more like a lady would be driving it. Or some cool dude back in 1937. But Yeah. So my it's a pyro. I mean, it's lifelike, but it's a pyro. And I guess if you didn't have anything but glue and a bottle of paint and a paintbrush, it probably would turn out pretty raunchy. Like many guys, had to do back in the day, especially when this car was, or this kit was originally made by Pyro back in probably the early 60s or so. It probably, it would have been pretty rough looking, especially with those seams and all that stuff down the side. It would have turned out bad, and I could see where people would say that these would were subpar. But with today's modern paints and, well, I mean, honestly, just paint and Bondo, well, the chrome too. So I did, I redid the chrome on it and stuff like that. But I think it turned out darn good. If I ask myself, or if I say so myself, I think the paint over that black base was just perfect. At first I was like, it's a little darker than I was wanting, because, I was trying to simulate the box art color, and obviously you can see that's a lot brighter green. But I think that this green, it's very, very deep. And I got the wheels are painted. I don't like how the front axle though does set back a little too far, but it's all made into the chassis, so you ain't fixing that. Well, actually, you did glue it in place, but it's okay. If you look at it like that, it doesn't look like the front wheels are sitting back too bad. But yeah, I got the bumpers on it. That was my last thing. I got them on there. Put them on with Mod Podge. They don't fit on the little brackets like they're supposed to. So, and I didn't want to put super glue, because super glue will take the chrome right off. So on the back side where you put the super glue, and your super glue's too much or something like that, it would just ruin it. So the Mod Podge is just sticky enough that you can get, I would hold the car, I held it like straight up, right? Like that, and put the bumper on. And then I put it in my incubator for a few minutes for it to get tacky. And if it needed to be like adjusted a little bit, I could adjust it. So that's what I did there. I don't remember on the last segment what and all I had done, but the hood that's bare metal foil on the hood. The window, I taped it off and sprayed it with chrome paint. The headlights turned out pretty good, for as bad as those things were. And it was this outer edge here is where that big hunk of sprue was attached to, so I was able to get those looking good. So I think it turned out nice. But I like the interior, the little leather, got the gear shifter, the brake lever, and all that stuff in there, and the chrome on the steering wheel. I mentioned, I think earlier in this video, like I say, this video was like stretched out over a week's time, but the center of the steering wheel was just a hole, and the little peg stuck through it for where the steering column was. And all I did was, because I was like, that looks terrible, I just cut the little peg off, and I took a drop of the same paint that I make the taillights out of, which they turned out really neat. And I just put a drop of that on there, and it just it was nice and smooth, because that stuff's kind of thick. And then once that dried, I just put some chrome over it and just make like a chrome horn button or something like that. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about on it. Door handles, trunk latch, those are all just hand painted Molotow chrome. And I don't use the pins, I use the Molotow refill. You can put a drop in something and just use a paintbrush. I did do the little buttons around that thing looks so plain, the bonnet, or this thing here, boot, I mean, it looks so plain. I was like, gosh, I gotta do something. So I took Molotow and just did the buttons in chrome, just to give it a little bit of life, because that's the worst part of the whole kit as far as the way it looks. I should have never done that in white. Under the bottom is just completely black. Didn't do any detailing under there. Worked out really good with the masking for the wheels. Just can't really tell the wheels are painted. There you go, you can see they're painted. I masked off the, let's see how to do this. I masked off the tire from the wheel with that liquid mask, sprayed the wheels, center cap and all. And I just used that gloss green under the center. And then I pulled the masking off of the tires, remasked again the tire and the wheel, just left the center cap. And I just sprayed it right over top of that gloss green because it's so dark anyway, so you can't even tell that. But I think it turned out good. So thank you to Bill Boone for giving me this kit at ACME, and I'm very happy with it. I'm so thrilled to be done with it because that means you get to start a new one. I think I've already picked it out, and that video's coming up. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. As always, before I close this video out, don't forget to go check out hobbynutmodels.com for all your hobby needs. Go grab yourself some paint, model kit, tools, and whatever else you can find over there. Go check it out. Mark's a great guy, and I want to always support him. And also go check out my website, mcvproducts.net. I got one quick thing I'll show you that I've got several new things on mcvproducts.net. I just listed 6 different sets of headers. So just headers. I'm trying to get more small parts, and also I also haven't got it listed on there yet, but I did a small block Ford. My friend George Oppenheim up in the Baltimore area, he sent me a text and asked me if I could if I had the small block Ford with Weber carburetors. I just so happen to have that, so I now have those printed. So the small block Ford with the 4 Weber carburetors in the center, got those. That will be listed very, very shortly. And I also have these new set of Kragers, which is the same Kragers as I've had before, except, oh yeah, look at there. Got these are straight off I just stuck them together. I popped them right off. Just by popping them off, I must have thrown that thing in the trash already. This is there's hardly any cleanup. I mean, you can see a couple little things that need to be cleaned up, but I haven't cleaned anything. I just popped them off, stuck the wheels and all together. Anyway, these are like if you do the millimeters to 1 to 1 inches, it's like 13-inch tire for the back. So got some meaty Kragers, and then the front are 8-inch. So it's got that. Those are on the website now. They are W41. So if you go to the search bar, and if you're interested, go to the search bar, just enter W41. Those will come up, and you will get them like this. So that's how you get them. And like I say, they just pop right off. I'm finally getting. I'm joking, but finally getting the hang of this thing. You just where everything is so clean and supported at the right places to when you pop them off, there's hardly any cleanup at all. Like I say, that you look at the back, there's a couple of scratches. That's because when you twist it, but it's just not scratched. It's just there's a little mark. But yeah, they're obviously 2-piece rims, and so you can paint the outside, paint the inside, and paint the tire separately. But anyway, BF Goodrich tires. Z-Force Model Works is Ryan Jones is who designed these, and he is by far the premier wheel and tire designer, in my humble opinion. But anyway, those are available over at mcvproducts.net. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and let me know what you think about this thing. And you want to jump on one? It's not that hard. It really isn't. That multi-piece body is it's not that bad. If you got a little Bondo or some kind of like filler and some shiny paint, you can make it look pretty good. But anyway, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and you take care.